Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about change and how to embrace it. For a lot of people, myself included, change can always be, something that's kind of scary, especially if you're someone who is kind of like a naturally anxious person, which I am. It can be it can feel like your world is kind of turning upside down, if that makes sense. And so the thing about it is that we get kind of caught up in our daily routines, our everyday people that we come in contact with that we're used to. If you see me looking down, I'm looking down in my notes too, just to make sure I'm kind of staying on track, because I did write notes out. Sometimes I have to kind of write out my thoughts so that I don't get entangled or get tangled or whatever on my word, or tangled up on my words. So yeah, where was I at? We find comfort in things and the people and environments that we are familiar with. And once something happens to sort of shake that up, it can feel like our world is crumbling. It can completely throw us off. And so that is especially the case for me. I recently went through a major change in my life, and it completely threw me off. I didn't really see it coming, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things where, you're like, wow, how did it happen? It threw me for a loop, and it's a change that, I had to make, that really broke my heart, if I'm being honest. Definitely not gonna go through, go into detail what that is, at least for not right now. It's still personal to me. It's still very fresh, and so I won't be diving deep into that part, but I did want to talk more about just changing, or the changes that you go through, and how to sort of like work through them and embrace it eventually. And so with that being said, I'm gonna offer just a few little things that I've been doing personally, in the hopes that by sharing those, it can maybe help others, if that makes sense. And I'm still getting kind of used to looking directly into the the camera thing, so if you see me kind of look off to the side or look down, just bear with me. Still kind of getting used to being in front of the camera and talking through things. With more short form videos, it's a lot easier to kind of get through those because it's very quick. These are more so in depth, and so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, and I know that before I get to the major points that I want to make, it can be easier said than done. These things, it can be easier said than done when you're trying to work through your anxiety, work through your grief when it comes to certain situations and changes that you are trying to make. And yeah, but here are those few things that I've been doing to kind of get through it, and hopefully this helps. So yeah. So first, I'm sorry if you see the camera shake a little. My bad. First things first, accept and embrace the change. As much as it may suck, as much as I can't even talk. Let me get my words together. As much as it may hurt, and be an inconvenience for you, we have to realize and understand that change is inevitable sometimes. Well, I say sometimes, it is. It's inevitable. It's bound to happen. And even though it's uncomfortable, you just it won't last. You know what I mean? The things that hurt us, the things that can kind of just take us through we have this thing, and I do tarot, but we have this card called the Tower. And a lot of times when you're going through, you know, a big major change, that means you're going through a tower moment. And so I just consider for myself and, you know, maybe for others that this is just my tower moment. And the thing about the tower moment is that, you know, although things are crumbling down, you know, and you're on the ground, it doesn't mean that lasts, right? It means you have nowhere else to go but up, right? And so that's the thing about a tower moment. Okay, so think of it as your tower moment. Like, yes, everything has crumbled to the ground. You know, I don't know where I go from here, but at least I know that, you know, there's nowhere else to go but up, you know. So yeah, think about it that way. Okay. So yeah. Second thing, change your outlook, right? See change as, you know, something that, you know, can turn out positively, right? You know, it can be like the catalyst for a major breakthrough in your life. Like, it can be, you know, the very thing that you need to, you know, change. It can be the very thing that gets you from point A to point B. It changes your entire life. You know what I mean? And so what may seem like a setback, it could be like, it could lead to your, you know, your biggest and brightest blessing ever that you've ever received, if that makes sense. Okay. And then also I want to say, you know, think about ways to eliminate stress, grief when it comes to embracing the changes in your life, right? So, you know, this could be, you know, doing something fun, laughing, you know, especially every day try to do something that you find joy in, do something that makes you happy, do something that, you know, just, you know, like a hobby, you know what I mean? Getting your favorite drink, getting your favorite food, getting your favorite snack, whatever, you know, just do something to brighten up your day, if that makes sense. You know, and it could also be, you know, having, you know, those people that are in your life that can, you know, support you, whether it be family, whether it be friends, whether it can be, you know, like going to therapy as well. That would be a major thing. I'm actually in the process of looking for a new therapist myself. So I think just any and everything that you can do to sort of, you know, get that support for yourself, that usually can help you. It can help you through the process of dealing with change. Okay. And it can also help you work towards your goals and, you know, bettering yourself, you know. So yeah. The next thing, journal your feelings, right? This can also help, you know, you organize your feelings, your thoughts. I mentioned before that if you saw me kind of looking down, I did make notes. So yeah, making notes, journaling, typing my thoughts out, even if you don't really want to deal with the paper, pen, that type of thing, then, you know, do it on your laptop, do it on your phone, open your notes app, and you know, just just free write. You know, free write, and just do what, you know, just write to your heart's content, you know. I think that usually helps me to get my thoughts out, process my thoughts, because sometimes I don't even know what it is I'm feeling. I just know that I'm feeling something, you know, and sometimes you just have to sit with it and get through it. Okay. And the last thing on my list, and I'm kind of closing this out really quickly. I wanted this to be in about 10 to 15 minutes for this video. Give yourself credit. Give yourself kudos for how far you've come, for that, for that. It's Mercury retrograde, y'all, and I don't know, some of y'all don't, you may not believe in the woo-woo, but I do. That rhymed. And Mercury retrograde, it can kind of keep or have you kind of stumbling over your words. Communication can be kind of wonky with the electronics and, you know, and just verbally communicating with others. So yeah, just bear with me. This is real raw, to the point. You know, I am not trying to sugarcoat anything or be anybody else but myself. So hopefully you appreciate it and you know, bear with me with stumbling over my words, or you know, maybe something not making sense or whatever. Just bear with me, please. Okay. But yeah, and just also, you know, realize that it's okay to not be okay, right? It could be a day where, you know, you're full of energy, you're full of joy, and you know, you're ready to go, you know, you're ready to tackle whatever. But then, you know, there can be some days where you just don't even, you know, want to deal with anybody, with anything. You don't have any motivation, and you know, you're sad, and that's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to not be 100% your best, you know, but just try to give yourself grace. You know, if there's one thing that I've learned for myself is, you know, to just give myself grace whenever, you know, I'm feeling down or feeling like I, you know, can't cope, you know. And the best thing to do is, you know, again, reach out to your support system, whatever that may be, and whatever that, whether it be a person, whether it be, you know, getting some comfort food within reason. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overindulge, but playing your favorite game, watching your favorite movie, whatever, treating yourself out to a date, getting pretty for yourself. You know, today I put on a dress because I feel like making myself feel good, you know. And I mean, I usually wear makeup sometimes, but sometimes I don't feel like it. Whatever, you know, just whatever you know, plan to do, choose to do, just do something, just do whatever makes you happy. You know, I think that's the ultimate thing. The ultimate goal is just to do whatever, you know, makes you happy and helps you to, you know, sort of like cope with, you know, whatever it is you're going through. Okay. And again, I will end on embrace the change. Okay. Embrace it, you know, because you never know how it would turn out. And 9 times out of 10, it will turn out better than what you know, expected, you know? So I hope that those few little, you know, words of advice, I guess I can say, or just little steps, you know, the 5 little steps there. I think there was about 5 that I named out there. Hopefully that can kind of give you a stepping stone to kind of help get to the next point in what it is you're dealing with. I know it has helped for me. I have, you know, part of my big change is that I moved back home. And so hopefully that can sort of like give you a sense of how I've been kind of implementing these changes. So, you know, I had my family. I recently connected back with a few friends. You know, I've been sort of on the job hunt, you know, looking for a good, you know, a good job where I can, you know, showcase my talents, as well as build on my skills. And I've been on social media, right? Not just here on YouTube, but connecting with and engaging with people who are on similar journeys, or who, you know, have, you know, also giving out great advice when it comes to, you know, bettering yourself, you know, professional development. The same can be said on the Clock app. I've tuned into a lot of lives of people going lives, and they, you know, share their expertise, their information, you know, what they know. So I'm just trying to hone in on, you know, learning more, doing more, not being afraid to put myself out there, obviously. And I've found that, and I will wrap this up because I'm kind of rambling, but I have found that by me being creative, whether it be like, you know, making a post here and there, creating a video, doing the other things that I love to do, which I mentioned tarot. And if you want to, you can follow me over on Divine Libra Wisdom. That is my tarot channel. And, you know, tap in with that. Tap into the, you know, tap in with me. Trying to figure out these energies and what we're going through. You know what I mean? And so I'm just, you know, trying to not be afraid to be seen, heard, and just allow my personality to flow freely. And the people that I'm meant to connect with, I will connect with them. And I hope the same for you. You know, so for any of you that are going through some harsh changes right now, just know that it won't last always. And that over here you have support. We can support each other. So, you know, again, if you're in that boat, leave a comment down in the description box. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know if this video resonated with you, how it resonated, if you feel comfortable doing so. And even if you just need support, you know, if you need, you know, someone to talk to about the changes that you're going through, I'm definitely here for that. Don't mind talking to anyone via my email. It'll be in the description box. So yeah, just, you know, come on. Come on with it. I want to build a community here and just, you know, make friends. So yeah, and we can be internet cousins. How about that? Internet friends, internet cousins, that type of thing. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, like the video, share the video if you think someone may find it helpful. Again, subscribe to the channel. I really want to build a community over here. And I will have more of these sort of like sit down videos, you know, where I talk about, you know, certain topics that I have interest in, or, you know, I speak to, you know, my life and other things. It may be a little anecdotal, but I feel like that, you know, you may be able to relate to some things that I speak about. So even if I'm not going through it personally, you know, there may be some things that I speak about. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you next time. Bye.